The Biden administration has issued sanctions on 4 people in Ukraine it says has spread false information on behalf of Russia. This comes as President Biden is warning of swift and devastating action should Russia decide to invade its neighbor. But Mr. Biden needed to backtrack on a comment he made last night. Joining us with more from Geneva, Switzerland is CBS News correspondent Christina Ruffini. Hi, Christina. So during his address yesterday, President Biden predicted Russia will invade Ukraine and said if it's anything more than, quote, a minor incursion, it would be a, quote, disaster for Russia. So how have both Ukraine and Russia responded to these comments, and how has the White House worked to clarify the president's statement?
Well, by the way, good evening from Geneva. It was the fact that the president decided to show some sort of differentiation, right, how to quantify between a minor incursion and an invasion that seems to be the part that is concerning allies, including Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky tweeted earlier today, "We want to remind the great powers there are no minor incursions, just like there are no small nations." Now, following that, Press Secretary Jen Psaki was on Fox News and said she hadn't seen that tweet, but that any Russian military action into Ukraine would be considered an invasion. And then later this afternoon, President Biden said if any assembled Russian units move across the Ukrainian border, that is an invasion. Russia, for its part, was not happy with other comments the president made, threatening severe consequences if Russia goes into Ukraine, and said the whole thing could threaten to destabilize the situation even further.
So the president also, some say, implied that the West is divided on how to best respond to Russia. What has the response been from our European allies?
That went directly opposite of the messaging we've heard over and over again, almost too much, from Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who was in Ukraine today. He's in Germany, and he's on his way, if he hasn't landed here in Geneva this evening, for the talks here tomorrow. And that is that all the allies are united. They are all on the same page. Everybody agrees that something must be done. They must do something strong. They must do sanctions that really have an impact on Russia in order to deter Russia. But what President Biden seemed to imply is not everybody's on the same page. State Department sources I spoke to said, look, they are all agreed that they need to do something. It needs to be consequential. They're agreed on the magnitude of the sanctions, if not the specific targets or the mechanisms. So they have the what, but maybe not the how or why. And that kind of undercuts the united front European leaders, and especially Ukraine, were trying to put forward in light of all this Russian aggression.
Right. And of course, Secretary of State Antony Blinken is meeting with European leaders in Berlin today about Russian sanctions. Tomorrow he'll be in Geneva, where you are, of course, for talks with the Russian foreign minister. So what are the expectations, Christina, heading into that meeting?
Well, tensions are high, but expectations are pretty low. The secretary has said, look, don't expect major outcomes. Don't expect a major resolution to come out of this. The U.S. has been very cautious. Even it's put a few proposals on the table, but it doesn't even really want to call them offers. They're saying, you know, it's like that line from that movie. They're more like guidelines, right? These are possible talking points that they might be willing to put down on paper in the future. The Russians are saying they want a written response from the Biden administration. Their one big ticket item is they want NATO to agree never to admit Ukraine to be one of its members. The U.S. and NATO have both said that's a non-starter. Russia does not determine NATO membership. NATO and the countries who apply to join determine their own fate, their own destiny, and have the right to join whatever military or political alliance they want. So going into these talks, the prospects are already not great. And now coming off of this speech yesterday, the challenge is certainly there for the secretary to try to get something done and see first where they are with allies, coming in with the united front, and then sitting across from his Russian counterpart, Sergei Lavrov, to see where we are.
All right. Well, Christina Ruffini in Geneva, thank you so much.